When we think of crayons, we often picture a box of colorful sticks in bright hues that spark creativity in children and adults alike. But crayons have a history that stretches far beyond the familiar Crayola box. From ancient art to modern-day schools, crayons have played a vital role in the way we express ourselves. Let's take a deep dive into the fascinating journey of the humble crayon, right here on History of Simple Things. The story of crayons begins long before the colorful sticks we know today. Ancient civilizations used a variety of materials to create pigments for artwork, and some of these materials can be traced back to the origins of crayons. Early artists in Egypt, Greece, and Rome would grind minerals and mix them with natural substances like beeswax to create pigments for their art. These pigments were often applied with fingers or primitive tools to walls and clay, giving rise to some of the earliest forms of color application in human history. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, and the use of pigments became more sophisticated. Artists used crushed minerals like ochre, malachite, and lapis lazuli to create vibrant colors for painting on manuscripts and frescoes. However, it wasn't until the Renaissance that more complex tools and materials were developed, making color more accessible. During this period, people began using chalk and charcoal for drawing on paper, a practice that would later influence the crayon's development. The real breakthrough in crayon history came in the late 19th century. It was during this time that crayons, as we know them today, began to take shape. The invention of the modern crayon is often credited to two men, William H. and Edwin Binney. In 1864, they founded a company called Binney and Smith in Easton, Pennsylvania. Initially, the company focused on producing industrial products like lamp black, a form of carbon black used in inks and paints. But they soon saw an opportunity to expand their business and target a new market: children's art supplies. In 1903, Binney and Smith introduced the first commercially successful crayon. Unlike earlier chalk-like materials, these crayons were made from a combination of paraffin wax and non-toxic pigments. This innovation made crayons smoother, safer, and easier to use than ever before. The company named their new product Crayola, a word derived from the French word cray, meaning chalk, and ola, from the word oleaginous, meaning oily or greasy. The Crayola crayon was born. The crayon's breakthrough in the market came at the right time. The early 20th century was an era of educational reform, and there was a growing push to make schools more creative and hands-on. Crayons became an essential tool in the classroom, as they encouraged children to explore their imaginations and express themselves visually. The iconic Crayola box, which originally featured just 8 colors, red, blue, green, yellow, black, brown, orange, and purple, quickly became a staple in households and schools across America. Over the years, the Crayola brand expanded, introducing new products and colors. In the 1950s, the company introduced the famous 64-count box, a much larger box of crayons that included a variety of shades and hues. This innovation was a game-changer, as it gave children a broader palette to work with, making it possible to create more intricate and detailed artwork. The 64-count box also introduced the crayon sharpener, which became an instant hit and added to the overall convenience of using Crayola crayons. As the decades passed, Crayola continued to innovate. They introduced new colors like electric lime, razzmatazz, and marvelous, tapping into the growing interest in unique and fun color names. Crayola also expanded its product line, offering crayons in larger sizes, specialty crayons for textured effects, and even crayons made from recycled materials. The brand's evolution reflected changing tastes and technologies while maintaining its core mission of sparking creativity in children. While Crayola is undoubtedly the most well-known brand of crayons, it's not the only one to have played a significant role in the crayon industry. Other companies like Prang and RoseArt also produced crayons, and their products competed for a piece of the educational market. However, Crayola's dominance remains unchallenged thanks to its consistent innovation and commitment to quality. Beyond the classroom, crayons have also found their way into the world of art and design. In recent years, adult coloring books have surged in popularity, bringing crayons into the hands of older generations who use them to relax and de-stress. Crayons, once solely associated with children's play, have been rebranded as a versatile tool for artistic expression, with professional artists even using them in mixed-media artworks. The appeal of crayons is undeniable. There's something about the tactile experience of holding a crayon, the smooth glide of the wax on paper, and the vibrant colors that bring out a sense of joy and nostalgia. But as technology has advanced, new art tools have emerged, and some have wondered whether crayons will ever fade into obscurity. Digital drawing apps and graphic design software have become increasingly popular, and many young artists are creating stunning artwork on tablets and computers. However, despite the rise of digital art, crayons have proven to be remarkably resilient. The simplicity of a crayon offers something that a tablet can't replicate: the sensory experience of coloring with your hands and the freedom to create without the need for a screen. In fact, crayons have experienced a resurgence in recent years. They are no longer just a nostalgic reminder of childhood, but are embraced by people of all ages as a creative tool. Art therapy, which often involves the use of crayons, has become a popular practice for managing stress and improving mental well-being. The act of coloring with crayons has been shown to promote mindfulness, helping people to focus on the present moment and express emotions in a tangible way. Today, crayons remain a beloved art supply, symbolizing both childhood innocence and boundless creativity. From their humble beginnings as a mixture of wax and pigment to their current status as a global icon, crayons have earned their place in the hearts of people around the world. They continue to inspire children, artists, and creatives of all kinds, proving that sometimes the simplest tools are the most powerful. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.